Okay, I think the number of attendees is becoming stable. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here at the Spotlight on Europe's AI testing and experimentation facilities. This is a webinar of the CoordinaTEF project, and we are very happy to have you with us this morning, where we're going to try to discuss a bit what the AI sectorial testing and experimentation facilities are doing, uh, show a bit of the success stories of what they're doing, how the project CoordinaTEF came about, what we're trying to do to bring the European AI innovation ecosystem closer together, collaborate further, and help TEFs maximize their impact in a nutshell. So if I can just go over the idea today, uh, is to show you a bit how TEFs are already playing a central role in bringing trustworthy AI into the market. What's the real tangible impact they're having in Europe's social and economic tissue, what they're doing to support SMEs, startups, innovators, the public sector, uh, in creating AI solutions, AI-powered solutions that are reliable, secure, trustworthy, compliant. Um, so that's what we're going to try to. That's what we're going to be trying to do today. We have the four TEF coordinators with us that they're going to be talking to you about what they're doing. But just before that, you may be wondering what is a TEF. So if we go to the next slide. Uh, a TEF is essentially a specialized large-scale reference site that is open to AI providers across Europe to sort of crash test their AI solutions in a real-world environment, making sure that they are, again, secure, trustworthy, um, compliant. TEFs are co-funded by the Digital Euro program and member states, and they offer a mix of both physical and virtual facilities where providers can experiment, test with their software and hardware solutions, and they support the integration of these tested and experimented solutions into applications in their sectors once they have been validated and sort of crash tested. So in the next slide, I think we have a quick video so you can have an idea of what TEFs are and what the four TEFs that you'll be hearing about are actually doing. Which we are not seeing yet, but I think it's coming. But unfortunately, we cannot hear it. I'm sorry about this technical mishap. I promise the video is good and it'll be worth it.
I think Claudia has to unmute herself so everyone can hear the video.
Validated, trusted.
Thank you, Petra.
AI is moving fast, but before it hits the real world, it needs to be tested, validated, trusted. That's why Europe created TEFs, testing and experimentation facilities. TEFs are networks across Europe where complex digital technologies are tested and validated. TEFs combine both physical and virtual facilities, and every AI technology provider can apply for their services. 4 AI TEFs have been funded by the Digital Europe programme in 4 strategic sectors with one shared goal: to build AI you can trust. Getting started is simple. AI innovators can apply directly to access testing and validation services across Europe. Europe's future with AI and robotics is being built right now, and TEFs are where innovative ideas become trusted AI solutions.
Okay, then. So now if we can just go back to the slides. What essentially we wanted to show you is that we have these 4 sectorial AI testing and experimentation facilities that are working in different sectors, in agri-food, in manufacturing, in smart cities and communities, and in healthcare. That these TEFs are made of nodes, and in some cases, where applicable, some satellites, that these cover essentially the entirety of Europe. And this is meant to maximize the TEF's outreach and regional availability. The TEFs have been are projects that are actually deeply important for European innovation. They are mentioned in the AI Act. They have been funded with over 200 million euros by the European Commission and the member states, and are actually trying to push innovation forward and bring Europe to the forefront of innovation. And if we go to the next slide, we can see a bit of what the collective impact of the TEFs have been already. So over 36 nodes, more than 100 physical and virtual testing sites, over 1,400 users supported so far, of which 87 are SMEs. Each TEF has over 100 specialized services for their specific sectors, and it is a large network of over 100 different partner organizations. So what we want to do now is actually leave the floor to the main players, to the actual TEF coordinators, to tell us a bit about what they're doing, how they have been doing it, and why what they're doing is so important. So I think the first one will be Petra. So please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pablo, and it's a pleasure to be here and to be able to present to everyone the testing and experimentation facility for health, AI, and robotics. My name is Petra Ritter. I'm the coordinator of the TEF-Health. And as you probably all know, AI systems have a life cycle from their design via the model building to deployment and operation and monitoring. And the testing and experimentation facilities, the TEFs, are foreseen by the EU AI Act to support verification and validation of such AI systems through testing in real-world testing environments. And in the healthcare sector, TEF-Health has built a digital platform, a marketplace that brings together AI and robotics healthcare product providers with testing and validation service providers. And for instance, TEF-Health is providing consulting in the field of AI and robotics, usability testing, support with a complex regulatory framework, and also provides data access via its 11 participating and contributing hospitals. So TEF-Health sees itself as a flywheel to the market, supporting AI and robotics providers in bringing their AI systems faster to the market, but also making the AI products trustworthy. And for this, we have a multitude of different services. At the moment, we have 360 major services that are offered via a single entrance point, TEF-Health.eu. There you will be able to discover all these services. And the services are also provided under certain conditions at discounted prices via open calls. Presently, we have 2 open calls published on our website. And if the companies meet eligibility criteria of state aid, then these services are available at discounted prices or sometimes even for free. These are some key facts of TEF-Health. As mentioned, we have now 360 service offerings. It's important to note that we are serving products of all healthcare fields or domains. We are not specialized in one specific domain. At the moment, since starting our operations in the last year, we have already contracted 68 services, so we are supporting 68 products and users, or have supported 68 products and users, of which 30% have already started the CE marking, a very important process, especially for medical devices, and 88% were SMEs, small or medium-sized enterprises, and 33% of the service provisions were across the member states. That means that the service provider was sitting in another European member state than the customer, the AI system provider. Excuse me. Here you see 3 examples of our service provisions. The first service provision of TEF-Health was actually done by LNE, the national lab in France. And the customer was an SME, Median Technologies, that provides decision support systems for cancer detection based on radiologic imaging data. And here LNE provided, in fact, by now 2 services to the company to prepare the company for the very important CE marking process. Then here in the middle, you'll see another example where our Swedish partner organization, RISE, has provided an SME keyword support in cybersecurity, information security testing with penetration tests to make sure that the data that are being processed by the AI system are treated according to the privacy rules in Europe. And here on the right side, you see another example where the German organization Fraunhofer IIS has provided support to the company Sonovum. Sonovum is developing devices to measure the pressure in the brain, and Fraunhofer provided support in testing, validating these devices in real-world clinical settings. This is another example of a service provided by Charité University Hospital in Berlin, Germany. Our organization actually offers an entire sandbox hospital, the Berlin Simulation and Training Center, where real-world equipment of a hospital, modern equipment, is available, but the patients, as you can see here, are simulated and new AI systems can be tested without harming patients in real-world settings. So here you will see how the services can be accessed. We have a very short video that explains how the discounted services, but also the services at a full price, can be accessed.
Welcome to the TEF-Health portal. This guide will demonstrate how to browse services, apply for discounted support, or submit a quick direct service request. We commence with registration. Enter your work email, set a password, and verify your email by following the confirmation link we send. Upon logging in, you will land on a dashboard composed of various cards, each serving as a shortcut. The card labeled Request TEF-Health Service opens the Service Explorer, which functions as your catalog. Within the Service Explorer, the left sidebar contains filtering options, a search box at the top, followed by discount calls, if applicable, category toggles, physical, consulting, virtual, service type, country, provider, and offerings. Utilize these filters to narrow down the list. On the right, you may switch between card view, a sortable table view, or institutions.
Clicking any service card opens a detailed modal displaying the logo, pricing, operational information, and options to select or bookmark. Close the modal to continue browsing. Select multiple services if you intend to submit a discounted application. When satisfied with your selected services, click the Apply for Discount button that appears, which opens the application form pre-populated with your chosen services. The form guides you through inputting company and contact information, product basics, readiness level, TRL, service requirements, data needs, eligibility checkboxes, and consent areas. You may save a draft at any point. Once all information is complete and accurate, apply for review. For a single service at full price, return to the Service Explorer, select the service, and choose Request Service. The expedited form is concise, requesting organization, product, contact details, and confirmation. Submitting the form creates the request instantly. Track the progress of your requests by opening the My Service Requests section. Discounted applications are organized by stages: draft, submitted, under review, and accepted. Fast track requests display their own status line: draft, submitted, accepted, or rejected. Clicking any entry reveals its details, messages, and, if permitted, the option to add more services. Once a request is accepted, delivery and follow-up are managed within the service overview area, where items are grouped by operational status: planned, in progress, or completed. This separation ensures clarity between execution and intake. If assistance is needed, each record includes an Ask a Question button for contextual support. A help desk section is available for addressing broader concerns. In summary, utilize a discounted application when seeking financial support for multiple services, or opt for a fast-track service request for direct provision. Register now and explore our services for testing and validating your AI solution at TEF-Health.eu.
Yeah, and with this, I will come to an end of my presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us anytime via our website, and we will be very happy to hear from you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Petra. I think that now we can move to Thomas from CitCom.ai.
Yes, thank you. And hi, everyone. And thank you to CoordinaTEF also for the opportunity to let me present. I'm looking here to share only. Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can see it. Yeah.
All right. So I'm Thomas de Meester. I'm Deputy Coordinator of CitCom.TEF. CitCom is the TEF dedicated to smart cities and communities. And so what we do is we test and validate AI systems and robotic systems that are applied within the smart cities and community context. So what we aim to do is support innovators to build and scale their AI and robotic solutions to create actual impact for cities. So I don't have a lot of introduction to CitCom. I think what I focused on is to actually present you with a success story or a way that we approach different projects. But what the goal is that we connect cities and experts to test, learn, and innovate and scale their solution. So what you can see here on the screen is that we, as a TEF site, see ourselves as an intermediate between both cities that have certain missions or certain urban challenges and providers that have certain solutions, AI in robotics. And so together, we try to solve these urban challenges that come out of cities, so described in certain missions, and map that with solutions that can come from AI providers. And this together then makes a use case or an experiment that can be deployed in a real-world setting. And what do we then offer as TEF sites ourselves is either infrastructure to enable this experimentation, services such as consulting services around could be AI compliancy, but it can also be on helping the development of these AI algorithms, and then actual facilities, for example, high performance computing or local digital twins in order to facilitate those experiments. So with that in mind, we aim to boost smart city technology adoption through testing and experimentation, and bring these cities and innovators together. And of course, taking into account that we need to ensure regulatory compliance, interoperability, and scalability. And then the TEF site's role specifically is to validate these solutions before deployment, or in certain cases before procurement. So I have an experiment, or actually two experiments, that I would like to show you. I think they're very representative to what we do in cities and how we approach this. So we have had two experiments to map cycle paths in the city of Mechelen. So what we know, for example, is that first of all, cycling in a city is very healthy. It uses less space than cars, and is economically and also energetically more viable than cars. What we also know is that more high quality cycling infrastructure, the more cycling infrastructure there is, the more people will actually use bicycles. We can see this example specifically in the Netherlands, where infrastructure is top notch and where people actually take a lot of bikes to get to their work, to get to their supermarket, etc. So what does that basically mean? In order to get high quality cycling infrastructure, you need to do continuous quality improvement, also identify where issues are or which issues to tackle first. And of course, in order to do that, you need continuous government investments. So what you can see here on the picture, perhaps also important to show, is this is let's say a butterfly cycling bridge that is over a busy crossroad in Mechelen. This is a very expensive investment. You cannot do 20 of those. So it's about identifying where to place these in order to have effectively a higher adoption of cycling. So this is obviously a city mission or a challenge that cities face. And of course, the question that comes down is, which cycle path will you tackle first? So this is actually a use case. And obviously the reason for this is because infrastructure costs a lot of money, and its use determines how much value it has. So you have to weigh off basically the value it provides and the costs, and hopefully make a sort of return on investment at the end of the day. So in order to do that, the city of Mechelen wrote out an open call in which two companies applied to. The first one is Xenomatics. They have a solution called the Xenobike, which is a mobile LiDAR solution that can map the quality of the road. A second one is an application that uses AI in combination with phone sensors, such as an accelerometer, and measuring the vibrations that can estimate road quality. So they both came to the TEF. The first one, Xenobike, to address technological challenges on calibrating their algorithm, specifically then to apply it to cycling paths. And so their solution also was for the first time used in a real world context. And the second one, the bicycle, is basically they have need for real world data and feedback mostly. So people marking or labeling certain anomalies that are detected to their algorithm to improve the overall detection algorithm and scoring mechanism. And of course, the city of Mechelen, the city that was involved, has their own platform, is an ArcGIS Field Maps, which is a platform to manage the city infrastructure, and which can provide relatively detailed information on a road segment level. But of course, it doesn't give it's a lot of information, which also becomes very hard to manage, and everything about it is the quality of such a platform is related to how well you maintain this platform. So it's not because say they have, for example, by civilians can, for example, annotate that a certain road segment is bad, but we don't, if afterwards a city clerk does not update that this has been fixed, then this quality, this bad quality remains in this system or in this platform. So those two projects they ran, I believe one in beginning of the year and the other one is still ongoing. But we already have an idea of their effect. So Xenobike or from Xenomatics is a very effective way to monitor known cycling networks and evaluate its quality scientifically, but it's quite hard to scale this, definitely in terms of looking at cost price, while Bicycle from Centigrade gives a very general view of road quality for cyclists based on, it's a proxy data, so you don't really know how the road looks at itself, but you get a lot of insights in the way that people cycle and what the sensors, so the accelerometer vibrations, actually tell on the road quality. So it has quite some promising scaling potential, but it's of course very related as well to how someone cycles and what type of data comes out of this. But the thing with this Centigrade is that it also gives way to deduct different types of parameters that a Xenobike would never be able to monitor. For example, where people take deviations from known cycling paths. And then, of course, the ArcGIS itself gives a very detailed data set with the potential to incorporate this in other processes, but it lacks, like I said, the scientific grounds or a golden standard scoring. So I think at the moment, what we can see is combining these three actually gives a very full view of cycling infrastructure and can annotate relatively well where cycling paths are in need of improvement, or where certain roads are avoided, where you can then go to the look for the reason behind that. So overall, what we aimed to do here with the open call was really provide an actual challenge that the city was looking answers for on cycling infrastructure, and then looked or found innovators that actually had solutions that could address these. Now, it's important to mention that we are helping innovation. So we're not piloting existing market-ready technology. The goal is to help these innovators scale and accelerate their innovation to go to market introduction. So that's what happened here as well. And of course, that we provide visibility for these projects as well to then later go to market and showcase their effectiveness and quality within the TEF experiment. So thank you very much. If you're interested, please scan the QR code and you will go to our website, or you can contact me directly on thomasdemeester@imec.be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thomas. That was great. And now we move towards manufacturing with Valentina from AI Matters. Please, the floor is yours.
Valentina, you are
I'm
muted.
sorry, Valentina.
Yes. Do you see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you. So now is the manufacturing TEF. The manufacturing TEF, we are 21 partners, and the project started in January 2023 and should end in December 2027. So what is our main purpose is to help with new AI technologies to strengthen the European manufacturing industry. What we offer our infrastructures and facilities to test in a real world environment. Our services, they covered in a lot of different sectors. And these are for the manufacturing companies from different sectors. and mainly for SMEs, but not only SMEs and startups. Our customers could be mid caps and also large companies. There they have to pay full price. What is our assessment at the moment in beginning of December? We already signed and 139 contracts which are under executions. 46 services are completely delivered, and the others from 139 are under execution. We have a lot of services which are cross-border, even cross-sectorial services. Since some of our partners are in different borders, like our Czech partner or our Greek partner, which is serving all the South-East Europe. We are also very proud that we have about more than 90% of our customers, they are SMEs. So the rest are from large companies. Although services which we provide normally are for free, but some companies, due to different rules in different countries, it's necessary to pay for some partners about 25% of the service price. And this, I think, the average cost is not so important because it depends from partner to partner, and it depends also for this share. I will not show more than one success story or user story what we have, so you can visit our website. I will show you only one user story, which is delivered from our partner in the Netherlands, from Brainport Industry. The service is delivered by to NFB Coating. It's a manufacturing company dealing with coating of metallic parts. The challenge here is that it's a rising cost and it's putting pressure on manufacturing. But the most important is, if you see these small parts, they are necessary to be hanged and to put in the plating baths and after that remove. So the company approached our partner and was asking to deliver advanced technology, which is to automate their service. And the opportunity was delivered, embraced by AI Matters. So the goal was to explore how AI-powered bean picking could help to make a selection of the small parts and hang them to put in the plating bath. So that was the solution, focusing on automatically delivered for bean picking and using robotics and computer vision. So we, as you see here, that was for the first. There are two cases, however, because we have a different size of the parts which are necessary to be coated. So in the first use case, it's regarding the small metal parts using AI algorithms from deep learning and 3D vision. So it was designed, but for that is necessary this robotic arm to have special grippers that can pick and hang all these samples on to be plated, so that the result showed it's feasible and with very high accuracy. The next was going to larger and heavier metal parts. For that, is also necessary to make points for each sample, and to make customize a new gripper which can take this robotic arm, takes these parts and put in the plating bath. So these 3D these grippers have been printed by 3D printing, and also have been tested. And also there was a very good results showing safe and strong prototype. This was already done. And here are some testimonials about what has been happened. So this was achieved very fast in picking time, which reduced significantly the time and made saving the cost. Also, that improved the working conditions for the people working there, and also this physical constraint, which was for attracting people from the labor for this manual work. So and the managing director or director make a testimony that they are very satisfied, and AI Matters made what was the key. So AI Matters played as reducing the investment, and made very development with the real-time testing, and this was already applied to their factory, which moved their factory to real factory of the future. So now NFB Coating is going to make this full-scale operation in automation in their plants. This is here is you can see that again their managing director is very satisfied, and it's going to remain as a future customer to be to have a new proofs, and it was done with the intermediates for Apix Engineering, who was providing the AI technology. So that's only one example, but you can go on our website if you are interested to be a customer or to look on our another stories which we have published on our website. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Valentina. Thank you very much. And I think last but certainly not least, we can now hear from Raffaele from AgrifoodTEF. So Raffaele, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Right, can you see my screen okay? Did you share? Yes. Yep, is it okay? Yes, good. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Raffaele Giaffreda, the coordinator of AgrifoodTEF. And I start with this quick presentation. So AgrifoodTEF is the one focused on the agri-food sector. We test company solutions, third-party company solutions in real-life conditions, and we provide our services to technology companies in the whole of Europe. We have 36 partners throughout 9 different countries. And this is in a picture a little bit what our mission is, to extend the facilities or the TEF customers' own resources when it comes to validating solutions that are about to go to market, solutions that are empowered by AI, solutions that use robotics, and aim to indeed be adopted within the agri-food European production sector. So we extend, there are, let's say, testing competencies and facilities with our facilities that can be both digital and physical. And we provide support for technology, therefore testing and validating their solutions from a technology point of view. Compliance services, looking at what the latest regulations from the AI Act, from new machine regulations bring in terms of compliance needs to all the companies that produce, for example, agricultural machinery. And then we aim to engage our, let's say, partners, the network of the partners, in order to provide additional business support to our customers, enlarge their reach in terms of opportunities for collaboration, for sale. So where is the value in the agri-food sector? We are specifically monitoring the fields where the technology is more and more adopted within the agri-food sector, which historically has been very reluctant to adopt the technology. So this is happening within the precision agriculture sector, within the opportunities that come from more precise monitoring of crops, and of course all the opportunities that are coming within the machinery automation sector. We focus within those sectors towards AI and robotic solutions, because this is our mission. And of course, we aim to have or to help a company as much as possible with achieving the highest impact. And in order to do that, we look at also the opportunities that the solutions we test bring in terms of bottom line impact to the farmers, for example. So we look at all those high value applications, because we want to make sure that there is enough margin for the companies then to apply to our services, as well as then to sell them on and ensure adoption from the farmer's side. So we look at all those solutions that reduce farmers' time, that reduce the amount of chemicals or the, let's say, non-natural resources that can be used because they are costly. We look at the solutions that improve our farmers that help our farmers to improve yields. We look at solutions that minimize the use of natural resources in order to foster more and more sustainability within the agri-food production sector in Europe. So this is where the technology offer lies. You see a number of words there, which I will go a little bit more in detail. But the idea is really to help companies that are doing, for example, yield prediction, to have more accurate algorithms, weeding efficiency for those companies that can do the weeding in a mechanical way, and they need to distinguish between weeds and the crops. Remote monitoring, evaluation, data valorization, companies that need solutions for precision spraying, orchard management, vineyards. So we cover a number of sectors where indeed there is a need for improving the solutions that are helping the farmers to make the best decisions. So in a nutshell, what we have done until now is we've been delivering services to almost 200 unique customers across Europe. And indeed, there is a follow-on impact from those customers to our customers, farmers. And indeed, we are aiming for quite a big outreach for anything that we test in terms of adoption from the farmer's perspective. So this is a number of our customers' logos. As I said, we got almost 200 across Europe. And when it comes to identifying where we indeed help our customers and where is the market, we see here a slide that summarizes what we have done until now. So we delivered around 4 million euros of contracted services until now. Most of them are in the AI sector. So we are looking at 66% of those services being AI related, whereas 25% being robotics. There's a lot of arable farming interest, and possibly this is also due to the fact that arable farming it's more, let's say, margin supported sector. So there's a higher margins within arable farming than there is in, let's say, smaller horticultural companies. So within these macro areas, we are looking a lot at improving our customers with the perceptions capabilities of AI, and therefore helping them to do better computer vision that helps them identify illnesses, for example, that helps them identify fruits, that help them identify weeds and distinguish them from crops and so on. So this is what there's a lot of software validation as well as let's say in-field validation, but the majority of services are related to assessing software within our facilities. So here I will go through a number of slides just quickly to show you a little bit more concretely what I've been talking about. This is one customers that wanted us to benchmark their right hardware for AI age use, because more often than not in the fields you don't have network coverage, so you have to make sure that all your algorithms can work in isolation on a tractor within the field. Another customer, as I was mentioning, was interested in spot spraying and therefore minimizing the amount of chemicals that are sprayed for both sustainability but also for business viability purposes. And this is the need is there to help them distinguish crops from weeds. Again, computer vision type of applications. AgriFlight from Belgium. This is Belgian customers that wanted us to help them as well with regulations and therefore compliance for drone flights, therefore validating their ability to control autonomous flight operations, test and refining AI models for crop detection and growth, because this is part of their business. Just harvest all the information from those flights by looking at different aspects of crop production evolution. Microfy AI, this is another Spanish customer that has been supported by our services in making a better understanding of all the, let's say, fungi or microbes or things that are affecting the quality of our food, of our processed food. So they've been applying to services in order to help them distinguish the bad guys from the good guys within the food that they are expected to test with their microscopes. So they are producing a number of models that are capable of recognizing different type of spores, different types of microbes within processed food, namely honey, for example. And we are helping them to really make sure that those algorithms are well suited for their purpose, and they are also regionalized. So the companies have been applying for services in Spain as well as in Poland in order to make sure that there are models can indeed reproduce a variety of different microbes that are found in different parts of Europe. Last but not least, autonomous compliance checks that are done on robotics machinery, namely for safety standards as well as assessment of remote communication capabilities when it comes to autonomous navigation. This is it from my side, and well, thank you for listening. I'll be happy to answer any questions or to get in touch with any of you following any interest in what you've seen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raffaele, and thanks again to all four TEFs coordinators. These presentations were very insightful and they were great. But now I wanted to address quickly something that has been on the chat, and I think we're all wondering now that we know what TEFs are, what they do, what their real impact is. We know, however, that they do not operate in a vacuum, so that there is an entire ecosystem in Europe in AI innovation surrounding TEFs that it goes from EDIHs, the AI factories, the unmanned platforms, sandboxes, and whatnot. So as we see, the idea generally is to create a seamless pathway for AI innovation to reach the market. So there is a synergetic and complementary relation between these initiatives. Certainly, there was a question in the chat about EDIHs and TEFs. EDIHs are there, are local contact point for innovation, and then they can rely on TEFs when they have solutions that need testing or more capacities. AI factories have the computing capacity to support TEFs when needed, or the other way around. So as we see it, and the way we are trying to sort of set up and create an ecosystem around TEFs is precisely like that, ensuring that customers can move from one initiative to the other in a seamless way that is not burdensome, that facilitates them and ensures that innovation is both secure and reaches the market easily. So that is precisely what CoordinaTEF is trying to do. So if we move to the next slide, you can see that our consortium, sorry, I think we're still on this slide. No, just the one. Thank you. You can see that our consortium is made of the four organizations coordinating these TEFs, plus ADRA, the Association on Data and Robotics and AI, and Trust IT, which is leading communication. Besides Intellera Consulting, we are coordinating the project, and together we are trying to ensure that we can amplify the visibility, the impact, and the collective reach of TEFs. So making sure that they can create synergies, have joint efforts, maximize their impact concretely through more customers served, more customers reached, and positioning themselves to the market. So in the next slide, we can see what we are concretely delivering as CoordinaTEF, what our objectives are. So we want to create synergies with the entire ecosystem. So we want to hear from you. We want to make sure we understand how to make these collaborations work, how we can ensure that one initiative and the other know from one and the other, how they can contribute to one another, how they can support their own objectives, and they can overall support more customers. We are trying to support TEFs in defining their unique value propositions. So how to brand themselves, how to make sure that they're distinctive and known in the European market. We are also trying to support the entire network of TEFs and their users by a dedicated help desk that is on our website, where you can ask any question you have about TEFs, and we will be referring you to the TEF that is more appropriate, that can provide that answer, that can provide that service. We are trying to help on the application of the European AI Act. We are trying to make sure that there is common ground, so that across the TEFs in these, and that also push the application of the AI Act to SMEs and startups, that these could be costly generally. We are trying also to help TEFs in their monitor and reporting, essentially to showcase the impact that they have in Europe, in the European innovation ecosystem, in the European AI ecosystem, and trying to actually showcase the value of what has been done, what TEFs are already doing, and what they will continue to do. And lastly, we want to draft a blueprint for the future TEFs, so that anyone can know how to set up a sectorial TEF. What are the best practices, the lessons learned, the things that have been useful, what could be improved, And that's it. So in the next slide, I think I want to leave you with this. We have created a public website for CoordinaTEF that redirects you then according to your needs, to your questions, to the dedicated TEF. We want to showcase the 4 AI sectorial TEFs. So this is a single entry point where you can access information about what is a TEF, what TEFs are offering, and then you can be redirected to their sites. You have frequently asked questions if you are unclear about the single TEFs, and then you have a help desk if you have specific questions that we'll be answering in no time. So I think I just made it shy to be on time. It was great to have you. We hope you can follow us on LinkedIn, Blue Sky, visit our website, subscribe to our newsletter to know more about the TEFs, to know more about what we are doing, what we have been doing. Remember that the recording of this session will be uploaded to our website together with the slides. And we're looking forward to hearing from you and hopefully collaborating with the TEFs, becoming one more of the users that have tested solutions in a TEF. So thank you everyone for your time and for this webinar. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.